Well, we are the design department, and we're located on the Oceanside campus, which is where I am today in my office, which adjoins the Maker Lab. You can probably see some of the equipment out the door. The Maker Lab is currently operating, although in the era of COVID, we don't have as many students come through as we normally do. In the design department, we have two full-time faculty members, myself and David Parker, my office mate, who could not be with us today. We also have 8 associate faculty, and the majority of our faculty have backgrounds in either engineering or architecture or some type of computer-aided design programs. We have licenses, we have registered architects, we have registered engineers, we have certifications in various software programs and so forth to keep up to date with the latest trends in computer-aided design and drafting. What we do in the design department is we create the built environment that you see around you. So the chances are you're at a computer right now. Well, that computer was designed. Maybe you're on your phone, right? Everybody's got one of these in their pockets. That phone was designed, and that process starts in the designer's head. So by nature, all of us are designers. We have great ideas in our head, but how can we get that great idea translated into something that actually works? Well, that's the design process, and that's what we teach at the college. How do you take that idea from your head, translate it into some models and drawings that can ultimately be constructed and built? So if it's a product example, like the computer or the chair you're sitting on, or the phone that you have in your hand or your pocket, it's more of a product design. Those are manufactured at some point. And if it's the room that you're sitting in, or more than likely because of COVID, the house that you're in or the apartment that you're in right now, that was designed at some point by an architect, and then it was constructed. So in addition to the design classes that we teach, we have courses in manufacturing processes and construction materials, which also teaches the processes needed to construct that product or environment. We probably have around 250 years of experience in the design department, including our associate faculty, and I really think that's a big plus for any of our students, because there's a faculty member who has worked or is working or used to work or who has taught for a long time in just about any field in the design area that you're interested in. And so the networking opportunities amongst just our faculty are pretty significant. And then our staff also has some very serious credentials as well. You probably can't see it, but our instructional associate, Chris Bain, is with us today in another room. Actually, Chris, if you say hi, I think it'll switch videos to you. Go ahead and say hi.
Thank you, Paul. Hi, everyone. My name is Chris Bain. As Paul mentioned, I'm the instructional associate of the design department. I am actually sitting in the Maker Lab itself. Paul referenced the machines that are busy printing in our room next door. We also have a number of our machines here, and when we are not in the COVID environment, this would be a coursing place of collaboration. Students would always be coming and going. We have lab assistants in here who are ready and willing to assist students with any type of questions or concerns or work that they may have. So hope you take some interest in the design department. If you have any questions, please contact anyone in this department. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris, for joining in. And I noticed that we had perhaps a student. Is that Albert Garcia, maybe a student coming in, or counselor? And Jeff Eden has joined us. Jeff is the newest member of our associate faculty. He's teaching the Intro to Engineering class for the first time this fall 2020, and he's doing a great job. The students are really enjoying that class. So Jeff, we won't put you on the spot, but welcome, and let's go ahead and move on to the next slide here. So here's a look at the certificates and the associate's degrees that we offer in the program. And what I like about the options for students here is you can start off with the goal to get an associate's degree, and you can do it in an area that's of interest to you, or you can start off with a very small 8-unit certificate in, say, AutoCAD certified user. And you can finish that up quickly and you can add it to your resume. Or you can go the associate degree route, and in the process, you can get some smaller certificates if you would like. We also have folks that come back from industry who want to upgrade their skills and get one of the certificates of proficiency. Well, we have so many student success stories, and we can go on and on, but I limited it to just one. And this is Rogelio Hernandez. Our students come from all different kinds of backgrounds. I think Rogelio started off with a more traditional path. He graduated from El Camino High School right here in Oceanside, and he came to MiraCosta to pursue a certificate in computer-aided drafting and design. And he received that certificate and then got a job as an AutoCAD technician for a civil engineering firm specializing in retaining walls here locally in Bonsall. Well, he did that for about 3 years, and he got a lot of great experience, and he enjoyed it, but in his own words, he wanted more. And so in the summer of 2019, he signed up for the class that Jeff Eden is now teaching, Design 109, Intro to Engineering. And that really changed his course. He decided at that point that he wanted to eventually become an engineer. So he received another certificate in engineering technology, and he began taking some of the calculus and physics classes that would be required for his engineering degree. I got a couple emails from him recently. He's doing very well in those calculus and physics classes. And along the way, in the spring, he did an internship for Northrop Grumman, where he was a CAD operator, utilizing some of the skills that he learned in the design department. He's back in school in the fall, and I wrote a reference letter for him for the Bridges Scholarship, which he received. So he's getting $5,000 a year to continue his education and get his engineering degree. So a very different path, and there is no single path for our students here, but he illustrates a couple of them, I think. And so that's why I chose to highlight him as a student success story. But we have students that come to our department and take a couple of classes, fulfill their GE requirements, transfer to a 4-year engineering school. Many of our students have gone to SDSU, many have gone to UCSD, UC Berkeley, UCLA, the Cal Polys, Long Beach State. Those are some of the top feeder schools. And then we have other students who just get their certificate, they get a job, and they're happy. And sometimes we see them again. They stop by and say, "Hey, I've been working here for 5 years, and thanks for all you did for us. It's going well." And we consider those to be success stories as well. I just highlighted a few of our courses that are offered this spring, in the spring of 2021. First is Design Fundamentals. This is really a great class to teach the design principles that are needed for any design profession. And it starts with the fundamentals of sketching in 2D and then makes its way into the 3D world using some of our rapid prototyping equipment as well as hand tools to construct those designs. And it's offered on Monday and Wednesday from 11 to 1:20 p.m. through Zoom. Design 101, the second course listed here, is computer-aided design and drafting. We have two sections of this that are entirely online, and those are asynchronous. So as long as you hit the deadlines, you can complete those classes. And this is a great course to introduce you to the fundamentals of 2D computer-aided design and drafting, as well as a little bit of 3D towards the end of the course. It's required for many of our certificates, and it also introduces you to the various industries that CAD is involved with. And that includes architecture, engineering, product design, landscape design, civil engineering, aerospace, on and on it goes. So it's really a fundamental course that will help you get there. We also have a Zoom option for that class on Tuesday, Thursdays in the morning. And then the third class highlighted here is Engineering Design Graphics, which is from 2 to 4:50 using Zoom. This is a transfer class, as are the other classes, but for the engineering programs. And here you'll learn the fundamentals of engineering design graphics for producing CAD models and producing 2D drawings and documentation. So those would be a good place to start if you're interested in the design fields and you're looking for a first class to take in the spring.